Here we go. Hello, how's everybody doing? Hello, okay, what's up, guys? I'm sorry, can you grab this? What, wait, actually, hold on, I can't figure out how to get into this Facebook chat every week. Wait, let me see if this works. Son of a gun. Do you mind finding the chat for me, please? Thank you. Okay, what's up, guys? Happy Mindset Monday. I'm a bear today. My husband got me this for my birthday, so I was like, I don't care if it's black. I am wearing this. How's everybody doing? Yesterday was my birthday, so I'm just a cozy little bear, a birthday bear. Hope everybody's doing well. How was my birthday? It was very nice. It was very low key, obviously, because of, you know, what's going on. But just hanging and watching movies and eating delicious food. Thank you. Okay. So now I can see the Facebook comments. Good. All right. So how's everybody been? Hopefully good. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's 2020 birthdays have probably been very low key, but you know what? That's okay. I used to do so much for my birthday, and it's like, obviously I'm getting, I've been on the planet for a while now. So the older you get, the less you're just like, whatever, man. But you want to just try to like still celebrate stuff, because I think the traditions are what matter. I think it's being my age and not having kids, you see like holidays and stuff like that. When they say like the holidays are for the kids, it's really just because like you're instilling those traditions onto the next generation and kind of like keeping it going. So I think just keeping traditions in your life in general is important, especially actually, not to segue into this week's topic, but speaking of like the new normal going into 2021, we are all, having to figure out what that's going to look like for us. So obviously it's important that we all, are taking stock in where we're going, what goals we're achieving, and of course where our mindset is in relation to making that stuff happen. But it's a really good time for many reasons for us to kind of sit back and reevaluate where we are now. Like, where are you with your manifestations and the things that you're working on? How far you've actually come with them? How far do we need to go? And you're kind of, to get to the supposed finish line, just like, a progress report basically. And then, projections for 2021. What are your new goals? What does the new normal, like if we have to go into lockdown for another year, nobody really wants to do that, obviously, but if we do, to make our planet habitable again one day, then we are going to want to just find a way to get through it. We got through almost a year and it doesn't feel like any time went by. So what does that look like for you? How can you maximize this time where you can't go out and socialize really? There isn't as many distractions as we usually have. How do you make, your life what you want it to be when things are changing and things are taken away and plans you might have had or God knows how people have been affected by all this. What do you do now, basically, So I think that being conscious of that and making sure that we are writing that story and not just living it, very importantly, make sure you can still choose where you go. You can still choose what reality you get to. So do you mind tucking Mango in? She's just going to stand there and stare at me. It just makes me very uncomfortable. Sorry, Mango is such a little princess. She has to get tucked in, or she just stalks me with her sad eyes. Thank you. Okay. So okay, here's an interesting question. Callie says, is there a difference between Eckhart Tolle and Neville Goddard? I'm in between turning on the lights and surrender, but letting go won't change him, right? Or do I persist until he conforms? Yeah, I would go with the latter. Because that's kind of like what I was just talking about is writing the story, not living the story. Because what you just described, and I'm going to say, I don't know the difference. I have not read enough of either person to even begin speaking on that. But just for the last two questions, letting go won't change him, right? Or do I persist until he conforms? So I personally would choose the latter because you can, because both of those things is a choice and both of them are a manifestation. So if you want to turning on the lights and surrendering, letting go won't change him, right? So assuming that, okay, that's just what it is. I can't change it. I'm just letting go, whatever that means to you, is a manifestation. It's a reality that's already out there that you can move into, jump to, whatever you want to call it, choose, select, manifest. But also him being exactly the way you want him to be is already in existence now. So you can also have that, but just think about it in a way bigger, more, like I said, like a year ago, more Geppetto, more puppet master, less puppet dancing on the string, choose what's going on. You're always choosing, you're always selecting. Don't ever forget that, guys. Like in every moment, every time, as many times as you can a day to remind yourself, I hope it's 60,000, literally. Reminding yourself you are in control. Your thoughts are choosing where you go next. If you simply hold on to what you want to do and where you want to go and not waver from it, it's not necessarily that you have to hold that specific thought in your mind. You just need to hold the notion of, how do I say this? Like the notion of it being already, it just is that now, right? Like if I was gonna go to the grocery store tomorrow, I know that I'm going. I'm not wrestling with the idea of going to the grocery store. Maybe like the time and like the parking and, I gotta wear my mask, like that kind of stuff. But that is evidence of me doing the thing that I'm going to be doing, cementing it into my reality. So you want to just not be thinking like contradictory thoughts, to once you kind of decide that. But when you just keep your mind like, nope, it's happening the way I decided it, declaring things in your mind, just like, I'm going to have this now. It's like this is how it just constantly firing that shit off. I'm telling you guys from personal experience, it really like, it makes things so much easier. Just keeping that like mental game, like remembering that you're like in play at all times, like you're never on the sidelines ever, 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 no matter how tired you get, you're still like on the court. If you can always remember that, then you can just like stay in control and you don't have to worry about letting go necessarily, or, like whose information is right or wrong. Like you will get to your chosen reality if you know you're going there. You don't have to believe in anything to do that. You're already doing it. So it's like, just really cutting through all the BS. Like I had someone reach out to me today and ask like about people saying that manifesting is like making a deal with the devil and this religion, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, this is why I look into the quantum physics shit. This is what's happening. There's no deal with the devil. There's no bad or good because you're already doing it and you've been doing it your whole fucking life. So if it is a deal with the devil, you have already signed, sealed, and delivered that shit. So don't even worry about it anymore. There is no other way. The world is manifestation. Life is a manifestation. So fucking deal with it accordingly. Like, it's a good thing. Don't be afraid of it. Use it to your advantage. Practice being in control of your thoughts and being aware of the fact that you're always doing it. And then you just naturally live a life where choosing where you go next is the norm. That's just how you do it now. It becomes just as second nature as what you're already doing. You don't even really realize you're doing. You just keep doing it. It just takes over after a while. I've been saying the same thing for like a year straight. But I must remember, there's so much out there. There's so many ways of trying to explain it. And that's the thing with everybody that's a YouTuber or an author, or a speaker, philosopher. They're all just trying to explain the same shit since the dawn of fucking time. So that's why all the messages are like the same. Like the end goal is the same, but the how-to is like everybody else's personal interpretation. So if that doesn't tell you to just figure it out how it works for you, then just really think about how many different people have been trying to say the same thing for the last hundreds of thousands of years. Well, hold on. Hundreds of thousands, right? I don't remember. I took anthropology in college, but it's been a long time. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Somewhere between tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of years, people have been trying to tell you that you're in fucking control of everything. So monitor your thinking. That's it. That's really it. That's the end of all of it. You want to live in bliss and happiness? Live in bliss and happiness up here, and then you will live in bliss and happiness. That's it. That's literally it. So figure out how to live in bliss and happiness in your mind and not let the dark shit take over. It doesn't have to if you keep it at bay, if you keep it in control of it. Okay, I've been blabbering for 12 minutes. Okay, what's up? Let's talk about you guys. The timer? I just said it. Okay. What do we got down here? After all that, someone says, so persist no matter what, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay, what do we got? What's going on? Anything in Facebook land? Selena, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Birthday wishes. You guys are sweet. Thank you. Hey. Okay. Joanna says, how do we know if it's our fault the manifestation is late or it needs more time to happen anyway? Okay, so first things first. Where you are with your mind is not declaring it. So that's one thing. It's like you are leaving it up to chance. You don't know, so we don't know. The time lag, I explained that. I recently just went in depth about that, explaining what the time lag is. And at the end of the day, I feel that the reason some things take longer to show up and other things don't is it's a personal thing. I think that some people can manifest some things instantly, and for some and other things not. And for some people, some things take long and other things don't. It's just it's all up here. It's all you. So for me, when I hear a question like that, this has more to do with the fact that you're not fucking choosing your reality right now. So it's not your fault that the manifestation is late, but you just called it late. You're questioning, you're not declaring, you're doubting, you don't know what's going on. You're like, I don't know, is it? I don't know. You don't know that it's happening. So there's a lot going on that has nothing to do with if it needs more time to happen, like that's just not really like it's wherever it exists is already happening. Time is not like real. So, or is, it's not relative the way that we experience it. So there's no time that needs to happen because the time doesn't happen. I mean, maybe time does happen. I don't know. Anyways, I'll explore that for another day. But there's not more time needed. It's you like aligning all the fucking gears so everything's like click, 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 and then you can just kind of be there. Because you have a lot of like things in the way of your, just off of like that one sentence right there. So that's why I would look at that. Hope that answers your question. Tiffany, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And she says, happy birthday. Thank you. Is there a way to hear spiritual messages better? My mind is noisy during meditation. Also scripted for about a month to wake up earlier for the last 2 weeks. I wake up between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Used to hate mornings. Nice. Okay. So no longer declare that your mind is noisy during meditation. Now you have a very peaceful mind. It's easy for you to quiet your mind. Quieting your mind is the easiest thing that you can do. Don't settle for anything that does not work for you. I don't care what it is. It does not matter. Don't fucking settle for it. If you don't like it, switch it up. Notice that you're saying that and change it into something else. So is there a way to hear spiritual messages better in my mind? I hear spiritual messages loud and clear in my mind. I'm always getting messages. I'm always getting downloads. I'm always getting new information. I'm super connected to the universe. I always can interpret messages when I get them. I get messages, I get messages constantly, stuff like that. Changing the story. And then, obviously stop saying that you don't. If you are in meditation and your mind is noisy, don't affirm it. Keep working at it. I don't know what your technique is, but for me, like, I always like to I heard somewhere to like point your eyes at your third eye. So you're kind of like crossing your eyes while they're closed. And what I noticed is that when I keep my eyes crossed, pointed at my third eye, I'm able to hold the concentration of meditation. And when my eyes start to slip, that's when my thoughts start to slip. And, you start to play those like funky little movies in your head. And like, you're just like playing out random scenes or like thinking about random things. As soon as I bring my eyes back to center, my thoughts go back to center. So try that. I don't know if you're doing that, but for me, that's what works for me to keep my mind focused. And also like when I'm meditating, counting backwards helps me as well. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. Danielle, thank you so much. Says, hung out with SP and scared he thought I was on my phone a lot because I was showing him stuff or answering my mom. Can I affirm he thinks everything I do is perfect? Yeah, fuck yeah. You don't need to ask me for that. You don't need to ask permission for that at all. Who did I listen to? Oh, Bashar. Bashar was talking about I think he calls it permission slips. Is that what he called it? Or does I call it? I don't remember. But basically that's what I took away from it. Basically that, you are, what did you call it? A key? Something like that. Basically the allowing yourself to like, you give yourself permission to have it, but it's like, you don't need that. You already can have it. You just need to say that you do. And then don't say that you don't. So yeah, of course he thinks everything you do is fine. He wasn't even worried about it. You're making it a big deal. It's not even anything. He doesn't even remember it like that. He had a great time with you. He can't wait to see you again. He loves hanging out with you. Good, done, bye. Everything you do is perfect and everyone around you agrees. Great, cool. Like just, you don't need to question it. If you want that, fine. Nobody cares. Like, it's your reality because you're having your own reality anyway. So like nobody really can do anything about what you're doing in yours. It doesn't really matter what you think. You can think whatever you want. All right. And thank you so much. Appreciate you. Lola, thank you so much. Says, can I manifest my boyfriend coming to see me tonight, for example, or you can't ever manifest for a specific time period? Okay. Now you definitely, okay. Here's the thing. God, how do I say this? There's, again, remember when I said earlier, the timetable is personal. That's kind of what it is. Like, so my best way of having something happen right away is to not need it at a certain time and just say that it's happening. Like, oh, that's happening. This is that. I'm getting this. This is that. And just like deciding internally that it is happening. It's practice, right? Like I've been doing this for a long time. Just like, when earlier this year, I started practicing instant manifestations where I would just like send these things off and just like see what happens. And the more I like, that's just how I kind of operate now. I'm just constantly like this, that, this. And I've been saying that for a long time, but it really is just, I'm not even fucking around with it. It's just, that's what it is. Like, I'm choosing every fucking thing that happens. I need to stop like acting like I'm not in every single moment of every day. I can't ever act like I'm not in control, because the moment I start acting like I'm not in control is the moment I lose control. So I'm always in control, and I'm always reminding myself, and I'm just like this in my mind. I'm like, I feel like I'm coming back to all this stuff I said like right a year ago, like the magic wand, like doink, 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 like send off whatever it is. It just is that now. So if your boyfriend's coming to see you tonight, cool. Your boyfriend's coming to see you. Act like it. Don't stress about it. And then get ready as if somebody was coming over. Like, for example, cleaning your place, shaving your legs, washing your hair, washing your sheets, maybe picking up something to eat or something like that. Like, not that like, let's say the person doesn't come, not that it doesn't matter, right? We're just keep in the idea that your person's coming over. They come over all the time. They're coming tonight. They come every night. They come tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. Keep on it. If they do come, great. If they don't, great. They're coming over. You cleaned your house and took a shower and washed your hair and got something nice to eat. Good. Awesome. That's some self-care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just keep the story going that everything's fine. You've chosen what it is. You don't know when it's going to come. It could come tonight, and that would be great. I don't need it tonight because they come over all the time, and it's not a big deal if they, fall asleep or get, busy with something. That's fine. I'm not going anywhere. We're cool. Everything's fine. You're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. It's okay. I'll find something else to do. I got some yummy food to eat, or, it just taking all this pressure away from needing it by a certain time, in my opinion, is what makes it come really fast. So it's happening. I'm not really worried about it. Just knowing if you script about it, if you affirm it, if you're saying it and you're not worried about it, it's gonna happen. So just be there. Like, just again, like if someone's coming over tonight, act like it. You wouldn't be stressing about whether they were coming over. You'd be stressing about the fact that someone's going to be in your house. You know what I mean? Like, it's two different worries or stresses or preparations. If like two completely different mindsets. And so you want to put yourself into the mindset of someone's coming over. No stress, no worry about whether they're going to be there. More so about, do I have enough time to get the shit done before they arrive? That's my personal opinion on that kind of stuff. So, how are we doing? And take a little smoothie break. Oh, so if you guys are interested in a Saturday sermon, we have one coming up this weekend. I didn't do one last week because it was my birthday. I might only do them like twice a month. I might do them every other week. We'll see. So I'm doing one this weekend if you want to do a Saturday sermon. So please sign up at my website. I'm also going to be coming out with meditations, like 20-minute meditations, 25 to 30-minute meditations, we'll see, on specific subjects. Definitely open to what you guys would want. They'll be available on my website. But we're thinking things like one for marriage, one for kind of like shifting your reality or like choosing your reality. Definitely one for money. A couple other things like that. But if you have suggestions, those will be on my website soon. So I'm taking not necessarily requests, but I'm going to listen to what the people are asking for. So that's coming. My November one-on-one sessions are filling up. If you're interested in getting that in with me before kind of the holiday season, just know that November is filling up. I think I only have like one weekend left, something like that. Somebody else asked, I just saw someone ask about group meditation. Definitely, I think, like I always feel like whenever I hang out with my friends, we have like way more synchronicity. Like we all have synchronicities a lot, right? But like when we get together, there's just way more and stuff like that. So having people like sharing your story with you and vice versa is just, it helps in a lot of ways. So definitely that. And what I was going to say about it is that I do have the community tab on my website now. So you guys can actually go and like, there's a forum there and you can talk with each other and have, you know, that connection there and kind of connect like outside of YouTube. Malachi. Yeah, Malachi is here. Hi. Yeah, Malachi is making those meditation tracks. I'm excited because we haven't really done anything like this yet. So living in the end. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what, guys? Okay. Can you leave these suggestions in the actual comments and not in the chat? Because I won't be able to see the chat again, but the comments I'll be able to see. So if you have a suggestion for a meditation, these are going to be like 25-minute meditations. He's working on them as we speak, he said. If you have a suggestion for those, please leave it in the comments, not in the chat, just because it'll disappear. I mean, it won't disappear. I just would have to watch the whole thing again. And I don't want to do that. Okay. I only want to live this one time. Okay. Carla, Facebook, hello, says, what about thinking, what about thinking about it too much, or is the more affirming, the better? Okay. So this is where a personal judgment call comes in, because if you can like set it and forget it and not fuck with it, that's obviously best, because it just helps it, like the channel is like clear and it can just like plow through. But if you can't get it off your mind, then the chosen affirmations or the flipping the thoughts, however you want, like redirecting your thoughts, that's where that comes in. Because if it's on your mind, that's fine. Like let's take this example of like the person coming over tonight. If they can't get the worry of them coming over tonight off their mind, they're going to want to be flipping those thoughts to, no, I'm not worried. I need to focus on this. Oh God, is my apartment clean? Is my thing clean? Is this like, are these blah, blah, blah? Do we have this set up? Just like you want to be flipping your thoughts to something else. Even like, of course they're coming. No, we're good. I know they're coming. I'm not worried about it. I got other stuff to do. I need to get this done. Like just getting your mind away from the stuff that is, you know, not good. That's like the old, the reality you want, and just putting them not forcing, but like kindly and gently and sometimes forcefully redirecting them to where you need them to go over and over and over and over again, because it's like the dominant thinking and belief and expectation is going to prevail. So you want to make sure that you are dominantly expecting the outcome you want, however you can do that. If you can set it and forget it, great. If you can't, then you better be on top of that shit, because your doubts are going to take you out of the reality that you want to be in. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Okay. Let me see. Thank you for letting me know. Got Lola. Oh, Margot. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, Margot. Says, for personal and practical reasons, right now, I cannot leave a relationship I'm in for at least 6 months. I'm trying to manifest a new relationship. How do I ignore my current reality? Okay. So, I'm just going to use my story because I've been there with something else, with job, right? I use this story a lot, but like, you know, all the concepts are essentially the same. It's just the way you apply it. So I was, you know, before I started my business, the last job I had, I was working in a job that wasn't awful, but wasn't like what I wanted to do. So it was just emotionally and mentally draining and physically draining. It just made me feel like a failure kind of, because I wasn't doing this, like what I knew I was supposed to be doing. And so sitting on the internet in a fucking bear costume, is that what I thought I was supposed to be doing? Sorry, sometimes I have these moments of like, what are you doing? I know. Any hoodles. So, you know, I knew, like, I was just really stressed out about my job, and I felt very trapped there. Like, I just, you know, like, obviously it was my job, but it was a situation. It was like a kind of like a cozy situation where, like, again, the job wasn't bad. It just was like, it wasn't what I wanted to do. And it was like, you know, just sucking my soul dry. So I was sitting in this job, just like hating my life all day long. And I just kind of realized, like, the more I do this, the more job I get, the more of this I get, the longer I stay here. So my whole focus, this is how I kind of like develop my approach, is my whole focus came to be like, okay, if allowing this reality to kind of like be recreated through my awareness and acceptance that this is what I'm living in, or like impressing upon my whatever subconscious, like that kind of thinking, then I can't let this job impress anymore. Okay. So I started making myself kind of like rose-colored glasses. I was like, everything's fine. This is great. I love my life. I'm doing what I'm supposed to, like, you know, this is me at work, you know, like working. I was still doing life in my 3D reality, but up here, I'm 100% self-sufficient, and, you know, like I'm doing my fucking dream, yada, yada, yada. I'm making all this money, doing what I'm supposed to, all that stuff. I was constantly affirming my new reality because I wasn't going to let my 3D be affirmed anymore. And so that combined with controlling my reactions, that's the 30 days of alignment is about controlling your reactions and making like a practice of all of this. Those two things combined, that's like my 360 kind of like on every area of my life. Let's back up. Sorry. Let's talk about work. Those two things combined, making sure that I wasn't affirming my 3D reality, AKA using only like pre-approved affirmations. This is what my life is. Everything's great. I'm paid this way. I'm doing the thing that I love. It's aligned with my highest calling, whatever. And then also controlling the way that I was reacting to everything and not like letting this stuff trigger me, essentially. Those two things combined is what changed my life, right? Is like being aware of what I was doing and then not letting myself slip up. So if you want to ignore your current reality, first write a new one. What does it look like for you? What is something that is like, not even that. I love my life. I love where I live. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. I am loved. I'm in a loving relationship. I feel great. I feel great all the time. Every day is getting more wonderful. Every days are getting better by the hour, whatever you want to say. And I'm so excited for the new chapter of my life that's unfolding. You know, like even just that. So that baseline right there, if you just keep that in your mind, it will unfold for you in a way that's amazing because you're setting the stage for an end goal that is like up to the universe to fill out, but you know that you're going to be fulfilled. You know, you're going to be happy. You know, you're going to be in a great relationship and you know, you're going to be excited about what's to come. So if that's the case, I don't really care what it looks like, right? Like, you know what fulfills you. So the universe knows what fulfills you. So if you intend that you are fulfilled, you're going to be brought to things that fulfill you because you are fulfilled and your list of fulfillment is only, you know, there's a finite things that fulfill you. Like for me, talking about like, you know, like tools and like cars and like man stuff like that, not fulfilling. So if I intended that I'm fulfilled and my life is great, I'm so fulfilled, I'm not going to be cranking wrenches somewhere, right? Like, cause that wouldn't lead me to fulfillment. So that's just a super random, weird analogy. But like, my point is that if you know that being in a loving and great relationship in a comfortable situation is going to be fulfilling to you, and you intend that you are fulfilled and you are in a great loving relationship and you are, again, happy for what's to come and excited for your life, then you will be put into a place where all those things are true, and leaving it kind of up to the universe, if you want to call it that, to fill in the blanks makes it exciting, surprising in a good way. And it helps it happen faster because you're not like, you know, like closing the channel and making it too tight, like too tight of parameters. You're kind of leaving it wide open for just like fucking fulfillment, happiness, and joy. Thanks. I'll take any brand of that you got for me. I will enjoy it. So that's kind of like, I hope that answers your question. Okay. So that didn't at all, did it? How do I ignore my recurrent reality? So what you're going to have to do is like, keep that going no matter what's happening around you. So I don't know what your deal with your partner is, but let's say that there's fighting a lot. Try to be as neutral as possible. Try not to worry about what they're doing. Don't stress about them. Don't define that relationship as contentious or I don't know. I don't have any words to use to give you exact affirmations to use, but just stop defining it as what you are defining it as, and just define it as neutral. Because again, you're completely satisfied. So if you're telling a story of satisfaction and everything's great, then we can't be reacting to like chaos or pain or even just like boring, whatever it is. So being a neutral reaction, like reacting neutrally to your 3D reality, helps this thing stay in alignment, because you're not like affirming the opposite, essentially. Like, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? It's so like trying to explain all these things that whatever. Anyways, so try to react less. Keep your thoughts focused, knowing that everything's working out for you. There's nothing bad going on. This might happen sooner. Everything's working out. Best case scenario, everything's working out better than expected. That's my new favorite one. Everything's working out better than expected. And I expect it to go great. So it's working out better than that. Fuck yeah. Like you're just kind of approaching everything like that, including things that seem hard or terrible or traumatic or whatever. Not to be glib or flippant about it, but just like on the surface, that's what we got to do. At the end of the day, everything is the same. It's just like the weight that we put to it and the meaning that we put behind it that, makes it more important or bigger or easier or faster or whatever. That was a long-winded answer. Do your best. I'm like, did I even answer your question? How do I ignore my current reality? Check out my 30 days of alignment. That's like what I use to like not to work on my triggers. But work on your triggers. Keep your thoughts in check. Redefine that person and your relationship. Don't say that they're blah, 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 blah anymore. They're nice and kind and respectful, and they're excited for you in your new chapter as well. And they have one of their own coming, and they're excited for theirs as well. Just like let that be the story, and just maintain that, and know that new things, great things are coming your way. I hope that something to. Okay. All right. We got other super chats coming through. Okay. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Did I skip anything else? Yes. Okay. I think we're good. So Despicable E says, thank you so much. My SP has stopped calling. The last time we spoke, I asked if he was mad. He said no. I think that's not true. I've decided to drop the desire and wait. Do you think that's the right course of action? I think that's part of one of the things you want to do, but you got to change the story. My SP has stopped calling. Why are you choosing that reality? The last time we spoke, I asked if he was mad. He said no. I think that's not true. Why are you choosing that reality? I decided to drop the desire and wait. For what? You think he's mad. What are you waiting for? Like, you got to change this story up and then drop the desire. Like, fix the story, then drop your shit. But don't drop it now, because this is not something it's not ready to be dropped. So, they stopped calling. What do you mean? Did their phone break? That sucks. Well, luckily they're getting a new phone, and they're going to be calling you as soon as they get that SIM card is updated. We are good to go. So we're not really worried about that anymore. They always call. You will have an open line of You have an open line of communication with them. You are always in contact with them. You love communicating with them, as do they with you. And you are completely fulfilled. They love to be around you. You feel the same way. You know that they feel that way about you. You're not worried about it. You're excited to talk to them as soon as they get their phone situation straightened out, or something better than what we got here. So changing that story, or just no. This person adores me. I'm adored by them. I love my relationship. I love my life. Everything's great. It's all working out. Just, you gotta change that story up, and then you can work on dropping it. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Okay. Take the power back, because that's a lot of, letting your 3D tell you what's going on. And it's just like, there's just no point, because you're choosing. You're always constantly choosing. I've said this a bunch, but if you let your 3D world tell you what you do next, or make you question what you do next, you're letting your own manifestation tell you what to manifest next. There's just no reason to do that. Antoinette, thank you so much, says, I need to cut off my family and friends. They don't match my energy and they bring me down, but I feel like I need a safety net. What do you suggest? I suggest not defining your family and friends that way. You say they don't match my energy. That's a manifestation and a declaration. You're choosing that reality. Every time you react, they don't fucking get me. They don't matter. You're choosing more of that. So I need to cut off my family and friends. I have a peaceful and harmonious relationship with my family and friends. I am understood by my family and friends. I am appreciated by them. I feel comfortable around them. I like sharing with them. I always have great conversations with them. Stuff like that, right? Like change that up. And then you feel like you need a safety net. The universe is your safety net. You are a safety net yourself. You don't need one. You already are one. So I'm okay. I'm completely self-sufficient. I'm 100% self-sufficient was one of my main affirmations that I used to like really to get out of my job and kind of like, get my business going. I'm 100% self-sufficient. All of my money comes from my own ideas and products or programs or whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do. I have so many revenue streams. I have so many profitable revenue streams. Money's always coming through. I'm completely supported. I'm always taken care of. I'm safe. I'm protected, stuff like that. Just changing all that shit from what you just said to that new stuff. And then working on not reacting to them because you want to match, if you're telling the story, you need to match that with your actions. You need to, keep it going. Excuse me. So what do we got next? And thank you very much. Amanda, yeah, everything is working out better than expected. I really like that one. That's my new one. Okay. Okay, just a reminder, Saturday sermon happening this week. That is where we get together for an hour. We set intentions, we meditate, we script. We get pumped up for the week. We feel good about ourselves. We clear out BS, connect with our emotions, and just love ourselves a little bit. So Saturday sermons available at my website. It's $15 drop in. You can come by anytime. And if you do attend or if you do purchase a ticket, then you will get a recording of the live or, a recording of the session, the ceremony. And that's happening this weekend. Also have new meditations coming out. So if you have suggestions for what those are, please leave it in the comments below, not in the chat because I won't see it. Or I might see it, but I'll forget. And November one-on-one sessions are filling up. So if you want something before the holidays or whatever, then I would suggest signing up because my November is filling up. Okay, so somebody asked about doing personal shadow work or something like that. Manny says, how do you go about shadow work for yourself? Okay, so first things first, the Saturday sermons, which I just mentioned, we kind of do that essentially like, we're doing that. We're tapping into like the underneath stuff and kind of like, chiseling away and kind of releasing it. So if you want to join a little group, we're doing that Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific. But I would suggest there's a number of ways, right? You can use journaling to like find, how do I say this? Find some questions or some prompts that kind of help describe your situation that you're dealing with. And then just kind of like letting your pen just go and go and go, do it for a few minutes and kind of dumping out, getting to the bottom of what's in there. You can do that. You can do it through meditation, of course. You can listen to a guided meditation, or you can just kind of do your own and intend that you can ask them, I intend, or can you please show me something that is I'm not dealing with, or can you show me something that is plaguing me, or maybe you know exactly what it is. Show me when this affected my life, or show me as a child experiencing this. Like inner child stuff. Like there's a lot of ways that you can go about it. If you want to do it on your own. But I would say even starting with like a shadow work or inner child releasing trauma type meditation is something you can look into if you want to just like start something, like go on YouTube right now and do that. Also, having a good cry sesh and talking to yourself throughout it, and kind of like asking like, well, why do I feel like this? What is this? What is the root of this? Why? Like kind of digging on your own, and just like, just even like being conscious of the conversation, not necessarily having to go into meditation to do it. Cause it's just, I don't know. Those are the ways I could think of. Maybe somebody else have other ideas, but yeah. Hope that makes sense. Heather says, ooh, I might get the recording as I'm seeing my man this Saturday. Yes, ma'am. I just got like exhausty all of a sudden. What time is it? Okay, cool. So Mia asked if I've ever tried EFT tapping. Or do I have an opinion on that? I haven't, but my best friend Emily is like going through training right now, and she like is really, she's like gushing about it, and she's like, I can't wait to try it on you when I get my fucking certification. So stay tuned. When she does do it, we will be, actually, we're talking about doing, let me just back up a little bit. When she comes out with her EFT stuff, I will definitely share with you, because I'll be obviously, I want to help her with her channel. She's going to be doing more of like healing and kind of like more like trauma type stuff than me. But we're two fucking peas in a pod. So if you like my personality, you'll love Emily. But also I was going to say is like, so I've been trying to make a YouTube show with her forever. Like as long as we've been friends, I'm like, we are ridiculous. We need to have a YouTube show. And like a couple years ago, right when I started Roxy Talks, like on the old channel, we made 2 episodes of it. I've been calling it the best fucking friend show like forever. We made 2 episodes. It's just us being ridiculous on camera, but we were talking about I've been watching that Katya and Trixie show. If anybody else watches that show. And I like, as much as I love them, I'm like watching it. I'm like, this is the best fucking friend show. Like it's like the show that I envisioned, and like Trixie and Katya remind me so much of me and Emily. So any hoodles. We were talking about kind of like coming together again and doing that stuff, but maybe on the style channel. She's actually a fashion designer. So she's got her own style. We're both like quirky and like similar, but like have our own style. So we're thinking about, and she's a makeup artist. She worked for MAC for like 10 years. So we're thinking about coming together on the style channel and doing like kind of collabs like that. And like not just sitting there and talking bullshit, but like talking about shit that has to do with like looks and fashion and confidence and stuff. So if you're not subscribed to my style channel, please do so. And then long story short, I don't know anything about EFT tapping, but I mean, no, yeah, I have nothing. I don't know anything about it really. I've never done it myself, so sorry. A whole lot of ways to say no, sorry. But it like changed her life. Well, at least, I mean, I don't know if it's changed her life, but it's definitely like, she's really into it. Like it made a big enough impression on her that she wants to help other people by facilitating it. So I can at least say that. Okay. Iman says, told my friend about my SP today and she said there is hope, but I know it's going to happen. Any advice? What advice do you need if you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. That's it. What am I going to tell you that you don't already know if you know what's going to happen? Just declare it. Like, anything you're asking me, what you want, the outcome of that, declare that it is that, and just like fucking just go forth with that. You know, like you don't need my permission. You don't need my acceptance. You just like, if you want that, it is that. It's your declaration and knowledge of it, or your knowing that makes it so. Tiffany, I love you. You're so sweet. Says, during the paradigm shift, purging is part of the process. Is it best to allow the feelings to come up or shut them down immediately? No. I don't really ever suggest shutting down your feelings. I suggest shutting down your thoughts. I always say, allow the feelings, let the body do what it does. But up here, we stay in the story, or neutral or better. So process the emotions, talk yourself through them. Like whatever you're feeling in the moment is valid. It's okay for you to feel like that, but it's not necessarily okay, if we want to use that word, for you to let your thoughts go down the road of, oh shit, now this is happening. Land road. Okay. Like that's where it needs to stop. Let if your body feel something, that's okay. It does. Don't make it worse by adding your thoughts to it. You know, it's just like, that's where you need to draw the line. And thank you so much. Victoria, thank you, says, thoughts on using social media while manifesting an SP. Well, if it's triggering, it's triggering. It doesn't really matter what it is, you know, and like, I know a lot of people are triggered by social media, and it's like, that's fine. Social media is social media. That's all I need to say, right? We all know what it is. So if you cannot look on your social media without getting triggered, then it's a problem. And let me rephrase that. It's something that you want to work on. If you know that social media is a trigger for you, then first of all, if you're putting yourself out there, if you're intentionally triggering yourself, that's on you. I mean, like that's a choice that you made. You don't have to do that. But if you continue to do it, then that. And then, if not, then just say, okay, well, I'm going to go on social media only on these certain times, or I won't look at this person's timeline, or I'm only going to go on Pinterest, you know, like limit yourself if you need to. But like, I think just, you asking the question, you know that it's probably tainting the waters, right? So just go with your gut. You understand. Someone says, oh girl, don't do it. That's so funny. Joey says, can you manifest what you want, even if it would not be the best for you? Yeah. Have you lived life up until now? We do shit that's not for the best of us all the fucking time, and it's all a manifestation. So yeah, you can. And you're really good at it, but you're also good at doing stuff that is good for you. So it's a choice. Wintersteria. Wintersteria. Is healing shadow work? Hold on. Okay. Is healing, shadow work, inner child work, etc. really need to be for manifestation? No, it's not. Manifestation is happening all the time. Your life is manifestation constantly, all the time, every day, all day, every day. Does it help you choose a better version of the reality you're living? Probably. Dealing with all that shit. So like, you don't need it to manifest. Absolutely not. But it helps overall, right? Just in general, to clear that shit out, or at least like move on from it. Because if you manifest with that wound, you manifest with a wound. You're not manifesting without a wound. If that makes sense. Do feelings manifest? I personally think that the feelings help inform the thoughts, but I think that overall it's like what the overall story that the thoughts are saying is what manifests, in my opinion. But like, I don't fucking know, man. You know, there's not really any like concrete answers at this point, I guess. So, you know, like I said before, anybody on YouTube, we're all just like trying to interpret, and not just YouTube, but like, again, since like the beginning of civilization, people have been trying to explain this information in their own way. And that's what I'm doing. Melanie says, besides taking our thoughts captive and flipping them immediately, anything that can help the thought from coming at all. Changing the story around the thought, like where's the base of the thought? Like how do I say this? If you don't want to keep, I'm having like it's like a soil, the soil that the plant is planted in. Or, you know, like the seed, it's almost like, okay, I think, what am I seeing here? Like trimming a weed versus uprooting the whole plant. That's what it is. So, flipping your thoughts, flipping your fins, flipping your thoughts. Sorry, I had some aerial happening in my head. Flipping your thoughts is like trimming the weed, I guess. Which I think over time will help uproot it, but you can like it's more so like I would be focusing on digging up that entire plant that keeps sprouting weeds, if that makes sense. So like where is the belief that supports that thought? Where does that thought stem from? Like what that thought is, like the leaf on a plant or a tree. What is the fucking tree that leaf has sprouted from? That's where I would look. And that's where you want to be really working on changing your story and not expecting that tree to continue growing in your garden. Sean, thank you so much. Oh, no. Someone, sorry. I'm sorry. Says, and thank you. How do I stop feeling like my SP is too rich for me and that him and his family will accept me with financial differences? He also said I should know about politics and I just feel dumb compared to him. He's so knowledgeable. Okay. So now I don't know, obviously your history or your backstory, but I could just imagine that when you have, you have that class separation, your story that you have already generally comes from like your parents and their parents. Like it's just generational about what it means to be rich versus not, the haves and the have-nots. That idea is going to kind of be like what I was talking about here, like just a second ago with like, what belief is supporting that thought. The idea about what it means to be rich or to be higher, above you, better than you. Because that's kind of what it sounds like here, is more so like feeling not as good as them. Like obviously money is a part of it, but obviously intelligence and like social awareness, like there's a lot that goes into it. So really what I'm hearing here is like feeling not good enough and compared to this person. So you kind of have these preconceived notions of this up here and you down here, like going on. So you're going to want to kind of hack away at this story of them being above you and better just because they come from different means than you do. So that's one thing that you're going to want to work on, is like just your overall story about who you are in comparison to like money, if that makes sense. Like I feel like there's always levels to these things. So like you have this like underlying story of the class thing and the money and the generational stuff. And then you've got your feelings about relationships in general, not even with this person. Then you have your story about this person, which is also fed by these two things, right? This is why these two things are important, is because your story about relationships and your story about the money thing or the class thing, whatever that looks like for you, is also informing this person's personality and their families. So there's a lot of things at play here. And then there's your own, above that is your own value and personal worth, because you already feel inadequate compared to this person. And that's going to come across in their money, their bank account, their intelligence, their social stature, things like that. So I would be working on a lot of self-worth stuff here because you are amazing and there's nothing like you are great. If you have manifested this person into your life and they have manifested you or however that looks, cool, great, awesome. That's amazing. So you want to be the person that's in a relationship with them that loves being in a relationship with them. That means if you love being in that relationship with them, you're totally comfortable. You don't feel judged by their family. You feel completely accepted by their family. They love the fact that you're different and not like the other people they might be used to. Maybe they find them shallow. Like don't assume that just because your person is used to something that they're not going to want what you got going on, right? Because when you're used to something, it's not that exciting anymore. So just don't let yourself fall into the trap, like the social status trap of thinking that you're less than them because of all those reasons. You as a person are an amazing person. You're a soul of infinite light and beauty. Like you came here to enjoy your life. So you're not anything less than anybody else. Keeping that in mind, maybe they had other different opportunities than you did growing up, but guess where you are now? You're right there with them. So understanding how blessed and lucky that you are, how great the universe is always has your back and everything's always working out for you. Like that kind of mentality. And of course they accept you. They love you. They love you guys together. You are accepted by his family. You are accepted by him. You feel so comfortable and at ease in his presence. You feel completely understood and supported and respected. You just really enjoy being a part of their family, and that kind of like covers all the bases. But I just would just be making sure that you're not giving into those fears, because like what he has said is just your own fears and worries and insecurities projected. So just like don't listen to them. It just doesn't help you because then you just end up manifesting more of that. So you feel great around him. He makes you feel special. You feel special. You feel connected. You enjoy the relationship. You love the family. They love you back. Stuff like that. Hope that helps you. Makes sense. Okay. What else we got going on here? Okay. So thanks, Emma. My husband got me this for my birthday yesterday. So I was like, I'm going to wear this. Not take me off. Okay. So we got Bree says, can you decide how the story unfolds? I've been told I've been told not to, but if I'm the creator, then why not? Like if I want a car and I want to get in a very specific way, is that against the rules? It's not, there's not like you're the rules. There aren't any rules. I think like, what does Bashar say? He says there's only 5 rules of the universe. What those are, I'm going to need to find out, but I'm pretty sure that like, don't deal with the unfolding process is not a rule, like a rule, right? So if you want a car, great, awesome, you got one. A cool way to get it would be like this, but I don't really give a fuck how I get it because I have a cool car. Like that's how I would approach it personally, because at the end of the day, who cares how you get it if you get the car? I mean, unless it's like, I don't know. I just wouldn't go there. It's just, to me, it seems like counterproductive to put these like parameters on it when you can just say that the car is coming and that's pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? I just lost the data. Yes, I do answer the Facebook questions, but I also, I just lost it I only see sometimes. They don't really always come through. Okay. Julie, thank you so much, says, hi, Roxy. I try my best to keep this simple. I fell in love with a Turk guy after a rift with a pastor. During my fleeing, I fell pregnant and lost custody. Help. Okay. Okay. So, okay, hold on. Sorry. I wasn't expecting it to be like so heavy like that. So let me just go back to reading this. Okay. So Okay, so where I would be going with this is doing my best to not stress about how or why this thing happened. Or even obviously doing our best, like I said, not stressing about the fact that it has happened and that it is happening right now. Because if you affirm that it's happening and it's terrible and it's awful and all these things and I need help, then you're just keeping it, alive. So it already happened. Okay, fine. We don't need to manifest a second longer of this reality. We're already here. Don't ever affirm it again unless you like absolutely have, like, you're in the court system and you have to literally talk about it. Other than that, try your best to not give this story, this current reality, this current timeline, if you want to call it that, any more attention than it already has. Meaning, you know what? Okay, fine. That's what that is. I'm going to move out of this one. That one's okay. This one sucks. I don't like this one, but so let's just go to a new reality where everything is working out. I'm so excited to be with my child. All the legal stuff is just like, oh, I'm so glad that's taken care of. I feel so happy and complete. Everything's working out in my favor. That's kind of where I would be going with it, because anything that led up to this story is just not, oh God, this is hard. It's like, this is so many things that I don't even know how to, it's hard where to begin, because your own patterns and histories are, how you would find yourself here, but you don't need to absolutely know that to get yourself out. That's something that you can look at, as you're, easing and shifting the story in your mind. I would say right away, my first number one priority would be changing the story about the situation with my child. I'm so glad I'm with my child. I love my child. Everything's perfect. We have a great life together. I am supported. I am happy. The law is on my side. Everything is working out for me, or whatever it looks like for you. That's where I would go. And that is just what I would be like. That is all that would be the only thing I would be putting in my mind. And then as you're moving through this process, we're not reacting, we're not fearing. No matter what happens, we push through. No matter what you get, let's say that you get a court ruling against you and it seems like the end. Interesting. Okay. This one's unfolding in an interesting way, but I'm not really worried because I love my child. We're here together. We're happy. We have an amazing life together. The courts are on my side and this is all working out for me, or whatever. Like, you just got to keep going with it. And then, as things unfold and you keep going there, just, you can work through, the things that got you there, but do your best to avoid re-triggering yourself. This is hard. This is a lot. Sorry it's just hard to, it's a lot. You understand. So most importantly of anything is just definitely change your story now, right now. It's all working out for you. It's all good. Everything's happening in the best way possible for you. It's happening, working out better than expected, right? It's better than expected. Thank you. Awesome. And I expect the best. So thank God. That's awesome. Great. Even better than the best. So Dana, okay, what is all this? Because I prayed and asked signs in the universe last night, I've been receiving tons of it till now. The signs were angel numbers, which were, does it mean that my manifestation for my SP will be true and my SP will come back? If you say it does, like, the reality where your person is just in limbo, but you're seeing signs, is just as valid and already created as a reality where your person is yours and you're seeing signs. So, like, signs are great, but you need to still continue to affirm that what you want is working out. It's not really like the signs that are deciding it. It's you deciding it. And then you go on to say, if my affirmation and manifestation also works, should I make another one? Yeah. Fuck yeah. You're always in control. Don't relinquish that control ever. No reason. Okay. So yeah. I'm like, I must be hitting the hour mark because I'm like, I feel like I just got hit with a whole lot of I just got hit with the train. I'm like, oh, fucking deflation, mid deflation right now. I'm tired. It was my birthday yesterday. I ate a lot of vegan meatballs. My husband made vegan meatballs like in the crock pot with barbecue sauce. It was so good. Oh man. Okay. This is gonna ding. It hasn't dinged yet, but I went like 12 minutes in the beginning without dinging. So, okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna call it. I'm tired, guys. I just got like tired all of a sudden. Dina's eating vegan meatballs right now. Bitch. That's hilarious. So let's see. Oh yeah. So Saturday sermon happening this weekend. 11 a.m. this Saturday. It's a time to get a boost of confidence. We're going to clear out some sludge and some garbage in your junk. We're going to empty out the garbage bin is what I'm saying. You know, like emptying the trash on your desktop, purging some emotions, resetting our intentions, refocusing, you know, focusing on what matters. That's happening this Saturday. It's $15 drop in. It's a little hour, just kind of like group meditation, intention setting, scripting. Very fun and peaceful. We've got, I have new meditations coming that are going to be available on my website. They're going to be about 25 minutes long. We have a few ideas. I have my ideas down, but I definitely want to see what people are wanting. If you were going to have a 25-minute meditation, what would you want it to be about? Leave that in the comments because I won't really see it in the chat. And then also, my November one-on-one sessions are filling up. So if you want those, get on those ASAP. If you want it before the holidays start, the holiday seasons and whoop-de-whoops and dickety-docks. Don't forget to blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah. Sign up at my website, roxytalks.com. And, this week's videos. What do we got? We have 2 this week because I filmed 4 for last week, but I split them up. So it's going to be the same outfit. Don't judge me. We're going to be doing, how to believe in your manifestation or what? Okay. How to believe in your manifestation and what if people think you're crazy or, they'll believe you. And how to not feel guilty about your manifestation, what you want. Those will be out on, let me ask you guys right now. Do you like Tuesday, Thursday better or Wednesday, Friday? I think Tuesday, Thursday. Actually, now that I say it, has better energy, I think. Tuesday, Thursday, I think. Or we could do Tuesday, Friday, since it's 2 this week. Heather says, how do I get the recording from Saturday? So when you sign up for the Saturday sermon on my website, you automatically will get the recording. I'll email everybody that signed up for it. They'll get the recording afterwards. So if you can't make it live, you will get a recording of it just naturally, or just automatically emailed to you because it just puts you like on a list through the calendar schedule app. Okay, cool. Everyone says Tuesday, Thursday. Awesome. Okay, so. Monday's fine, but today's Monday, so that's not going to happen. Because today's Mindset Mondays. That's what we do on Mondays. Okay, all right. Yeah. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Still listening for your video suggestions. If you have stuff you want to see me cover, just leave it in the comments. And definitely leave your suggestions for the meditations that we're going to be doing soon. That'll be available on my website. 25-minute meditations for, like what do you want to see? What would be something that you would want that would be important for you, that you would listen to and like use in junks. Okay. Leave them just in the comments below. Appreciate you guys. I love you. We'll be here videos on Tuesday and Thursday. So please join me for the live chat. Can you find lost object using law of attraction? Yes, you can. Just visualize yourself being like, oh, there it is. I'm glad I found it. And then just go on your merry way. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. See ya on Saturday, on the Saturday sermons, which you can join at my website, roxytalks.com. And November sessions are filling up if you want to talk to me before the holiday season starts. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. See you next time. See you tomorrow on the live chat. Bye.